What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Masquerada. My name is Splattercat, and so we gotta come clean right here. I've actually played like 2 hours in advance of this, and I ended up resetting my save and starting the game over because I didn't like some of my skill choices, and I didn't like the way that I was kind of wrestling with the AI system and things like that. And so now that I've got a better, I suppose, a better built knowledge of the curiosities that exist inside the random attack systems and things of the game, I can actually better direct you on how to play the game better. So be aware that I've seen a lot of this stuff for the next hour or so, just because I played it and then I restarted and I didn't really like my abilities. There was a gold thing right here. I accidentally clicked it on my way in when I was starting the recording session. Basically, it was like, oh, look, it's a mask runner. What are they doing down in the sewers? And this guy was like, mask runner. And that was pretty much, like, seriously, that was the conversation. That was it. Another thing that we need to talk about is we actually need to level up right now because I have actually saved all of my points up till here. We can also level up our secondary guys. I had asked about that at the end of the previous episode, and indeed, you can make that happen if that's what you're into. So let's go through some abilities here. We'll figure out what we got going on. I actually highly recommend that you take Maestro. Maestro is pretty good. It's a passive ability that just sits there and makes you better at your job. Like, it just makes you better at everything that he already does. So, for example, at the first level, he gets Focus, Health, Mass Charge, Regeneration. That's pretty good. He also attacks better, he moves better, he gets cooldown reductions. Like, this is an all-around win right here. It's an all-around win. I would take it. I would take it in a heartbeat. However, I don't think I can right now. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. That's weird. Where's the, I guess you double-click now. That's strange. The last time I played the game, there was a little button down here that said Learn Ability. Now you gotta double-click on things. No idea. Not gonna matter. And then we can also go all allies in combat take less damage. I would recommend that ability. I would actually recommend going all the way down this passive tree first before you do anything else, because it flat out just makes him this little buff totem for the rest of your group, and it's great. It's really, really good. In the case of our dear friend Calden, he's got Pavasari, which is his passive ability. This increases his threat and lowers the damage he takes, essentially turning him into a massive damage mop. He can just sit there and take damage and take damage and take damage all day long. You can also supplement that by giving him healing abilities. He's got Water Spout, which you guys have seen so far. He's got Atmos Ring, which is one of my favorite abilities. He conjures spheres of water. They spin around him. They hit enemies. They deal damage. If they hit allies, they heal damage. It's a really good ability because most of the time in this game you're going to be fighting in close quarters, shoulder to shoulder with your allies, and there's not going to be much you can do about it. And so it turns out to be a really solid ability. He's got Hope Spring, which taunts enemies and gives focus to him. That's a pretty good ability if you're trying to get him to take damage. He's got Redoubt, conjures a flood, deals AoE damage. He's got Sorrel's Ward. Caster takes damage, or less damage, and absorbs some damage taken by allies within his range. Not bad, although taking too much of this can overwhelm the amount of tankiness he has. If he's soaking damage for everybody on the battlefield, it could become an issue. But yeah, most of his abilities are going to revolve around taunting and stuff like that. My suggestion, you can go with damage here. So the first one just gives him the basic abilities. The second one makes it so that when the duration runs out, these explode and deal damage. They do a reasonable amount of damage. And then we've got Effervescence, which makes it so that instead of dealing damage, it restores focus, which is the blocking ability to everybody. It's your choice what you like. I very much prefer the explosives, and so I'm going to take that. Secondly, non-elemental, mass charge, reduce the cooldown of Water Spout. No, I think I'll probably just go with Pavasari, which it used to actually list how much each of these cost too. In case you didn't know though, I think it's 2 for the first rank, 1 for the second rank, 2 for this rank, and then I'm pretty sure it's 2-1, 2-1. I'm pretty sure. He doesn't have the points for it right now, so we're not going to concern ourselves with that particular set of issues. With regards to AI control, we'll talk about these. AI control in this game is a little bit odd. It has quirks, and you've got to learn to work around them. While the AI does automate some of the annoying things you have to handle by yourself if you turn off the AI, it also comes with its own set of problems. So just watch out for that. I'll talk about them as they become pertinent, but there are little things that you'll struggle to figure out in your first couple hours of the game, where the AI will just do odd stuff every now and again.
What's wrong?
I am not the lightest person around.
You'll be fine. Come on.
please. Come on. Damn it.
He was calmer about that than I would be, though. Like, I would have said something way worse than damn it. And it would have been louder, too. I would have shouted. That would have been me.
I told you.
Get him!
Psh, I do not fear you. So, yeah, we can actually... Here.
I'll cover you.
So let's go into this side. We go to our party behavior. And automating some of this is a good idea. However, having all of it automated can end up a little bit weird. And so my suggestion would be that he autocasts this right here. And he autocasts this right here whenever an enemy has a tag, as well as whenever I tell him to. The mass charge threshold is how much mass charge you want him to maintain. So if you want him to go full burn and just waste his entire mana bar, leave it how it is. In general, we don't have enough abilities right now for them to burn through an entire mana bar anyways. Once we get further into the game, we'll have that issue. Disabling AI control is cool, except that it's very, very hands-off. So this is literally, if they get attacked, they won't fight back. They'll just stand there and get punched on. And so I would like disable AI control to have a few more options under here, like defend yourself. So if something attacks you, you automatically auto-attack back. Just so like a bare minimum amount of activity is still taking place. But aside from that, there are other little things you have to learn. In addition, you can go to options, and I would suggest, let's see here, where is it at? Floating combat text. I'm going to show you an option that you're probably going to like. Cast abilities instantly with no confirmation. That's a really good ability because that means you just mouse over an enemy and you hit the hotkey and they automatically cast it. It's cool if you like to play the game in real time and you're not the kind of person that likes to pause and kind of plan out all your stuff. Like, I don't play games like this like that. I will normally like plan out my first couple turns or rounds, and then from there I let them auto attack them down and I'll just cast abilities actively. It's whatever you like. Obviously, it's up to preference. Let's go ahead and we'll have them on there, although we do need to watch this guy with the club. He's got an ability. Yeah, that one right there, actually. We'll have everybody run out of that. We'll put them back on there. Deal a little bit of damage. I could rotate around him, but I'm lazy and I don't feel like doing it, so, you know. We'll go ahead and cast a few abilities. We'll deal a little bit of damage. We'll go bam bam with our tab key to run up on this guy. In addition, I'm going to take you and weave around the back so at least somebody's dealing damage to him. Although that will put you largely outside the range. Oh yeah, that's the other problem. If you leave AI on, they won't stay out of AoEs. So if they get hit by anything while outside of an AoE, they'll rush right back into it just to get to the person that hit them. And so you've got to like keep them actually moving around with attack commands and stuff like that. So be aware. There will be little frustrations with the way the AI works in this game. I'm sure it'll get fixed up as the game approaches its release. But I'm just going to heal through this because we don't really have that much else to worry about here. You stand right there and just get healed. And as you can see, it actually does a pretty good chunk of health.
With you walking around in all that blue, we don't stand a chance.
What do you...
This one's got wide hips. His trousers should suffice.
His shirt isn't even going to cover half my chest.
Point?
Oh, fine.
Impressive tattoo. Hadn't thought you'd be the type.
Yeah. Thanks.
What's it about?
Are you here to investigate me or my brother?
Come on.
Well, you said he was a mariner, right? Sailors love tattoos. That's like the stereotype, isn't it? Like most people back in like the 40s didn't have tattoos unless they were a sailor or a criminal. Like that was just the stereotype. It's not how it actually is. It's just... I figured he was a sailor to have tattoos.
They must have heard us from here.
There's enough food to last them weeks.
An outpost.
See what you can find.
I don't understand. Of all the wards, why this one? I've heard all it has are softies, and it isn't really defensible. And it's so close to the damned White Spire. Why here? Of course, I asked, and they said the Herald wanted this place specifically. I don't really know why. I asked, but Mateo wouldn't tell me, and I don't know enough about the Herald to guess either. I just know the Herald wanted this ward real bad.
Anything interesting?
Whoever wrote this talks about a figure called the Herald.
I found this too.
Wait for the Herald's command, nothing else.
Herald?
I don't know. I've never heard of him before.
Then he must be new.
Or I might not be as knowledgeable about the Masquerades as everyone in this damn city seems to think. There doesn't seem to be anything left for us.
The Herald. That's pretty awesome. You must be a really good herald if your name is Harold, but they put a "the" before it. You are the Herald. Easy enough. I can actually afford to split up my party here and not have to worry about it so much. These mobs are not going to be something that is difficult. With the power of blue balls, I command you! Blue ball healing! Rub my blue balls on your body. It's the only way to restore your aching HP. Sorry, I get a little sick when I play games like this. Because it's funny, I've got big rotating blue balls around me. Why wouldn't you bring that up in conversation? As you can see, he gets a lot of aggro, though. And that's to be expected, because we gave him the abilities that give him aggro. But it gives the rest of your characters enough time to work. And as we go further into the game, you're going to find that you can either build your characters to be really, really squishy in this game and deal a ton of damage, or you can deal them, you can level them up to be quite resilient and sort of block the charge against everybody else so that the other guys can deal damage.
Is that?
A masquerine. Ages. You must have missed it under all this filth.
And it's raw.
We'll have to find an Artigiani and Fabra to help us touch it up. We can't be seen walking around with it like this.
You intend on keeping it?
Well, I won't tell the registry as long as you don't.
All right, then.
So far, I kind of like the budding camaraderie between these two. They make compelling lead characters. I like them. The main character especially. I like a main character that's a little bit damaged. Can't be too damaged, though, because then they go full on Cloud Strife, and you're just like, oh my god, the edge is so thick. Like, I like it when they respond like a human being does, by, like, moving on and getting on with their lives. Like, yeah, they still got scars.
This one had better hold.
They still got scars and soft spots, like, in their personality. But in general, most human beings just move on with their lives.
Right, we're in. Now what?
Now we look for our glassmith. We should start with the central marketplace. I think it's through that corridor.
Color-coded?
Green for produce, red for smithing, teal for leatherwork.
And glassware?
Yellow.
Alright, I like an orderly society. You can't go too far with it, though. You go too far with it, and it gets kind of this weird, like, fascist, totalitarian feeling. But I like the color coding. It makes it easy to find stuff. I like colors.
Looks like our glassmith's taken off.
Hopefully he left something for us to find.
What are you thinking of?
Orders, receipts, anything that might flesh out his connection with Raz.
I'll keep an eye out.
I found something.
What is it?
An order for 100 glass bell jars.
Who signed it?
Raz himself. His signature is...
Hey,
Fine day, fellas.
aren't you supposed to be... Gate!
Damn.
Too close.
Indeed. We should hurry. The order he placed for the jars was supposed to be delivered to a house up that street.
Alright, so let's have one more look around for, any purple points like that. Exactly, because I like to collect them. We've got Mask Runners in the Medea. And then we've got the Wards of Amber. In general, I'm not going to have time to read a lot of these on camera. I do read them in between, and so if you got any questions, by all means, I'll do my best to answer them.
They're in a hurry.
Something must have happened at the gate. We should keep moving.
It sounds like somebody's got their hands on some pretty heavy explosives. The Battle of London in here and the Battle of Britain up in here. Is there anything over there? No, there's not anything over there. I'm just...
Marco? Marco, we're supposed to be...
Oh no.
You're... Get them!
Hold your ground!
I don't think you want to get me. I think you want to murder me. Getting me entails that you've somehow acquired my persons, which... That's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Let's go after these two. Watch out for Big Boss with spears, by the way. Big Boss with spears can cause you problems. We gotta get out of that AoE. I would suggest we all get back on one of these little daggery dudes. And then we'll knock him out. You stay on there. Oh, he's doing a spinny thing. Wow, we carved through them quickly. This guy over here is a healer, and you're not going to be able to kill this big guy until you get rid of the little drummer boy. So, pa-rumpa-pum-pum. I stab on your thumb. There we go. Let's stay out of the AoE for a moment or two. The AI is going to do its best to stand in the AoE at all times, so just be ready for that. We could also supplement our DPS, like if you really wanted to go full ham mode on this guy, you could do so and it wouldn't be that difficult. Let's go ahead and we'll get out of that AoE, and then this should be enough clearance for us to finish him off. You stop walking in AoEs. There we go. And so we'll all go back on him. Hopefully before too long we'll have him squared away. 26 damage out right there. 31. I'm going to DPS through this AoE even though it's really, really, really going to hurt.
We don't have time. Come on.
In general, I would highly recommend not standing inside big red circles. MMO rules apply. If it's on the ground and it's glowing an unnatural color, just don't stand in it because it might do some damage to your tootsies. You might end up losing some toe hair, and I got very, very hairy toes. I like it. I'm a hobbit like that. Man, so much blood everywhere.
More searching, less cursing, Mariner. So here lies our shipment.
But what was he using them for?
It had something to do with that Fae in his office, definitely. Other than that, though... Woundsbane. My mother's favorite.
Oh?
It's a natural disinfectant. She applied it a lot when I was a child.
So, you're one of those kids.
You don't want to hear the stories. Fistfights are a dozen a week.
You and who?
Well, mostly with... I don't know. People. Forget it.
Shredded paper. They're all clean, too.
Paper. Just like what the Fae were made of back in his office. There.
I don't understand.
The blood.
There's blood elsewhere as well.
Well, look at the pattern. That blood was dripped, not spattered or spilt like the rest.
What are you saying?
This blood here, in this circle, it was shed deliberately. The only question is, what for?
What are you doing?
You're a decent healer, aren't you, Mariner?
I'd like to think so. What? Tides? What?
Don't mend it yet.
What are you testing, Inspectore?
All right, Mariner. Now would be a good time. My palm, Mariner.
Did we just...
Heal me, Calden.
Watch your flanks.
No, paper monster! Oregon monster! He's trying to stab me with paper. Although paper cuts do suck. Paper cuts are pretty brutal. Like, as far as pain goes, I've always wondered why a paper cut hurts so much. It's gotta be just like that instantaneous exposure to oxygen or something. Hey, target that one. Here, go there, then stab that one that's beating up your dear friend Calden. You like having friends, right? You don't want to go to a state of not having friends, right? From a state of having friends? Alright. Then stab our enemies faster and more efficiently.
I can't believe it. We just summoned Fae. No one else in the entire city knows how to, do they? Tides, how did my brother even...
It doesn't make sense.
What?
The blood. Too much spilt in too many directions. There was a fight. People.
I'm not sure that...
A fight in a place like this? Coincidence? Highly unlikely. There was a purpose behind this bloodshed.
What?
Unlikely to kill. To capture, then. Incapacitate.
You think someone's taken my brother?
And left this place standing, blood-dried, evidence strewn around. Why? Why would they do that?
right, Renia. We...
Blood baby.
Don't. Your child is wounded.
Don't listen to him, Renia.
The Mariner is a healer. It may not be too late.
Please.
Masquerine off. I'm not asking again.
Olaf, please. If he meant to kill us, we would not be standing.
Answer my questions and the Mariner will tend to the child.
Anything, please.
When you claimed this ward, was there a man who owned this house?
We saw the Herald leave here carrying a body. It's how I knew... thought it was empty.
Was he alive?
He was struggling when I saw it.
Then they have him.
Calden, tend to the child. Who is this Herald?
Our leader, who speaks on behalf of the lady.
The lady?
She's lost much blood, but she will survive.
Thank you. Lady bless you, thank you.
Who is this lady?
Locked. Move aside.
Portieri! Calden, cover their necks in the blood.
What?
Do it! Get down!
Inspectore. Senentia Vitris, sir. I see the old Cicero Gavar has not forgotten how to defend himself.
We're fine.
We were given orders to bring you to the Valencio, sir. I'll await you outside.
Gafar. Thank you.
Now that we've practiced our mystical powers of baby blood infusion, we can go out to the streets to return to our investigative base of operations.
Senencia, just a quick word. How did you get in?
After you left, the Valencio ordered a couple of us to follow you. He knew you'd turn up something.
Damn it, Tristan. There!
Oh, and it's time for combat again. We've got to kill people. If we don't kill people, we're just not making engaging content. So, the one thing I would be concerned about is that we're dressed up in the clothing of our enemies. That's not a good thing. I mean, for plausible deniability's sake, it seems to me as though the best way for me... Oh, no. Well, that's not good. Here, get out of that. Just ate all of my focus up. Here, beat that one up, because that one's on our healer, so it's got to go first. We got to do some kind of damage here, and if we don't, we're not going to be able to accomplish much. He's got a healing spell up. He's more than likely about to AoE us again. Yeah, I was going to say. So let's pull this fight back and away. Put people on right there. No, please don't go back inside the AoE. Stay out. Thank you, sir. I don't know who I want to kill next. There is the weirdest smell in my house right now. I have no idea what it is. I can't tell if it's something culinary or something biological. But it's concerning and I don't like it. It's one or the other. Like it's somewhere in between. Like it could be something truly disgusting or it could be something perfectly fine. I don't know. Let's go ahead and we'll run out this way. The problem is my house is built super thin, so when my neighbor cooks anything, it has this tendency to bleed into my house. And sometimes that's a good thing when they're making something delicious, for example. Oh, man. When they're making something delicious, like fried chicken. However, when they're making something gross, like... Oh, shit. Hold on. No! Run away! You must regenerate. Regenerate and become strong. And Calden? Damn it. Get out of the AoE, you bastard. Alright, so res him on up. He's down. It's okay because you have infinite reses in this game, so as long as you've got somebody left, you should be able to pick up most people in the game without too many problems. We do need a stun or something of that nature so that we can cancel out these abilities, so that we're not wasting so much time running around in circles waiting for him to get finished off. It looks like his abilities don't affect the ones that we're up against either. We'll give him a little bit of a water ball right there. And with some finality, we finish off the last foe. As you can tell, the fights are going to get a little bit longer and a little bit more complicated, though, as time goes along. I think we've got to go to the left, but we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Masquerade. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.